Welcome to the beginning of your journey toward a transformed mindset, a journey that will not only change the way you think, but also the way you live, the way you respond to challenges, and the way you approach every opportunity that comes your way. This is the foundation upon which all other habits will be built, and it begins with two simple yet incredibly powerful practices that have the ability to reshape your life. The first habit, the one that sets the tone for everything that follows, is the practice of daily gratitude. At first glance, gratitude might seem like a small thing, almost trivial in comparison to the grand goals we often set for ourselves, but the truth is that it is one of the most transformative habits you can develop. Gratitude changes the way your brain functions. It shifts your attention from what is lacking to what is abundant, from scarcity to possibility. It trains your mind to notice the positive aspects of life, even when challenges arise, and it helps you to build resilience against the negative patterns that often dominate our thoughts. When you consciously practice gratitude, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are responsible for feelings of happiness and contentment. These chemicals not only make you feel better in the moment, but they also strengthen neural pathways associated with positivity. Over time, this creates a lasting effect where your natural tendency becomes one of noticing what is good rather than dwelling on what is missing. The power of gratitude lies not only in how it makes you feel, but also in how it transforms your perception of the world. Imagine two people facing the same difficulty. One focuses solely on the problem, becoming overwhelmed and frustrated, while the other notices the lessons hidden within the situation, the small victories, and the things still going well. Which person do you think will navigate the challenge more effectively, with a sense of purpose and hope? It is the one who has cultivated the habit of gratitude, and this is why it is so essential to begin your journey with this practice. You can start simply by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things that you are thankful for. These do not need to be monumental achievements or life-changing events. They can be as simple as the warmth of sunlight on your face, a kind word from a friend, or the comfort of a meal. The act of writing these things down helps to reinforce the positive thoughts in your mind, making them more salient and more likely to influence your emotions throughout the day. Alongside journaling, taking time to reflect quietly on what you appreciate in your life can have a profound effect. You might close your eyes for a few minutes, imagining the people, experiences, and moments that bring value to your life. Picture them vividly, feel the emotions associated with them, and let that sense of gratitude fill you from within. Expressing gratitude to others also strengthens this habit. A simple thank you to a colleague, friend, or family member can create ripples of positivity, improving relationships and enhancing your sense of connectedness. When gratitude becomes a natural part of your daily routine, it shifts from being a practice to being a mindset, a lens through which you view the world, where even challenges are seen as opportunities for learning and growth. The second foundational habit is adopting a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, revolves around the understanding that your abilities, intelligence, and skills are not fixed traits, but can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Where a fixed mindset might tell you that your talent or intelligence is predetermined, a growth mindset empowers you to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and effort as a path to mastery. This shift in perspective is crucial because it fundamentally changes the way you approach life. When faced with obstacles, a person with a fixed mindset may feel defeated or limited, believing that failure reflects their inherent ability. In contrast, someone with a growth mindset views the same obstacle as a chance to improve, to learn, and to stretch beyond their current capabilities. Adopting a growth mindset transforms the way you respond to criticism, setbacks, and challenges. Instead of taking criticism personally or feeling discouraged by failure, you can ask yourself what can be learned from the experience, how you can improve, and what steps you can take to move forward stronger than before. This mindset encourages experimentation, curiosity, and resilience. Cultivating a growth mindset requires deliberate practice. Start by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. Seek opportunities that push you outside of your comfort zone, recognizing that discomfort is often a sign of growth. When you encounter obstacles, reframe your thinking. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," add the crucial word, "yet," transforming the statement into, "I'm not good at this yet, but I am learning." This subtle linguistic shift has a profound impact on the way your brain interprets effort and potential. Learning from criticism is another key aspect of a growth mindset. Rather than feeling attacked or defensive, approach feedback with curiosity. Ask yourself how you can use this information to improve, how it can guide your next steps, and how it can accelerate your personal development. Focus on effort rather than outcome. Celebrate the hard work, persistence, and dedication you put into a task rather than only the results. This reinforces the idea that success is built over time through consistent action, not by innate talent alone. Viewing failure as a learning opportunity is perhaps the most essential part of adopting a growth mindset. Every setback carries a lesson, every mistake an insight, and every challenge a chance to become stronger and wiser. By reframing your perspective in this way, you transform obstacles into stepping stones rather than barriers, and this shift has a profound effect on your resilience and your long-term success. When gratitude and a growth mindset are combined, they form a powerful foundation for a positive and productive life. Gratitude ensures that you are anchored in positivity, appreciating the progress, experiences, and support that exist around you, while a growth mindset propels you forward, encouraging you to embrace challenges, learn continuously, and persist in the face of adversity. Together, these habits create a mental environment where opportunities are more visible, solutions are more accessible, and resilience becomes second nature. Integrating these habits into your daily life is straightforward but requires intentionality. Begin each day by noting what you are grateful for, no matter how small. Reflect on the progress you have made, the lessons you have learned, and the experiences that have shaped you. Throughout the day, approach challenges with a growth-oriented mindset. When difficulties arise, remind yourself that they are opportunities for learning and growth. Each moment of effort, reflection, and persistence strengthens the neural pathways associated with positive thinking and resilience, gradually reshaping the way your brain interprets and responds to life. Consistency is the key to making these habits truly transformative. The power of gratitude and growth mindset is not realized overnight, but through the steady, deliberate practice of these principles over time. By embedding gratitude into your thoughts and actions, and by consistently framing challenges through the lens of growth, you create a life where positive thinking, resilience, and personal development are natural outcomes. This is the foundation upon which all other habits will be built. As you continue on this journey, remember that each small action compounds. Every moment spent reflecting on what you are grateful for, every effort made to see the lesson in a challenge, every step taken to improve yourself contributes to a larger transformation. Life begins to feel richer, more purposeful, and more aligned with your values and goals. You become a person who naturally seeks growth, who naturally notices abundance, and who naturally responds to life's challenges with resilience, optimism, and creativity. As you continue to practice these habits, you will notice subtle but profound changes in your thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Your mind will naturally start to prioritize what truly matters. Your mood will become more stable, and your outlook on life will shift from scarcity and limitation to abundance and possibility. Gratitude and a growth mindset are the cornerstones of a powerful mental framework. They are the habits that give rise to clarity, focus, resilience, and sustained personal growth. By committing to these practices today, you take the first step toward reshaping your mind, your life, and your future. The journey may be challenging at times, but the rewards are immeasurable. Each day is an opportunity to strengthen these habits, to reinforce your positive thinking, and to embrace challenges as catalysts for growth. Over time, these habits will no longer feel like conscious practices, but will become an integral part of who you are, a person who sees the world through a lens of possibility, who approaches life with energy and resilience, and who is equipped to achieve goals, overcome obstacles, and experience lasting fulfillment. Your journey to a transformed mindset begins here. Embrace gratitude in every moment, adopt a growth-oriented perspective in every challenge, and allow these habits to guide you toward a life of purpose, abundance, and success. Every thought you cultivate, every lesson you embrace, and every moment of reflection strengthens the foundation of your mind. With consistency and intention, you will find that these first two habits, gratitude and growth mindset, are more than practices. They are the very essence of a life lived fully, purposefully, and powerfully. As we move forward in this journey toward transforming your mindset, it is time to build upon the foundation we have already established. You have begun practicing gratitude and embracing a growth mindset, and now it is time to take those principles and turn them into action. This next stage focuses on developing self-discipline and focus, the qualities that allow you to channel your thoughts, energy, and time into productive endeavors that align with your goals and aspirations. These habits are the bridge between intention and achievement. It is not enough to think positively or believe in your capacity to grow. Without discipline and focus, your intentions remain ideas rather than reality. Self-discipline is the ability to control your impulses, stay committed to your priorities, and consistently act in alignment with your objectives, even when motivation wanes or distractions arise. Focus is the ability to direct your attention and energy toward the tasks that truly matter, avoiding the noise and clutter that can derail your progress. Together, these two habits form the engine that drives personal growth, success, and fulfillment. Creating a powerful morning routine is the first step toward mastering self-discipline. How you begin your day determines the trajectory of your thoughts, actions, and energy. A structured morning routine is not merely a list of tasks to complete. It is a deliberate practice that primes your mind for clarity, focus, and productivity. People who follow intentional morning routines consistently experience higher levels of energy, improved concentration, and enhanced emotional resilience. The early hours of the day offer a unique opportunity because the mind is fresh, distractions are minimal, and you have the chance to set the tone before external demands dictate your focus. Waking up early is an essential component of an effective morning routine. Rising before the majority of the world allows you to claim uninterrupted time for yourself, a time to cultivate habits, reflect, and prepare mentally and physically for the day ahead. This is not about rigid schedules or waking before sunrise for the sake of discipline alone. It is about intentionally creating space to invest in your growth and prepare your mind for success. Hydration and nourishment are equally important in the morning. After a night of rest, your body needs to be rehydrated and fueled. Drinking water and consuming a nutritious breakfast provide the energy your brain and body require to function optimally. Physical movement, even for a short period, is another crucial aspect of a morning routine. Exercise releases endorphins, reduces stress, and enhances focus. It also strengthens your willpower and reinforces the habit of consistent action. This does not require hours at the gym. A simple stretching routine, yoga session, brisk walk, or light cardio can be remarkably effective in preparing your body and mind for the day. Incorporating mindfulness or meditation into your morning further enhances your focus and emotional balance. Even 5 to 10 minutes of meditation can calm the mind, center your thoughts, and increase your awareness of the present moment. This mental clarity becomes a foundation for disciplined action and effective decision-making throughout the day. Setting intentions is the next critical step in your morning routine. This involves identifying your top priorities for the day and aligning them with your long-term goals. By clearly defining what matters most, you conserve energy and avoid distractions that pull you away from meaningful tasks. Writing down your top 3 priorities creates clarity and reinforces commitment. Visualization and positive affirmations are powerful tools to integrate into your morning practice. By mentally rehearsing the successful completion of your tasks, you prepare your brain for action. This visualization strengthens neural pathways associated with confidence, competence, and achievement. Positive affirmations further reinforce your mindset, reminding you of your capacity to act, persist, and succeed. Over time, the consistent practice of a structured morning routine develops self-discipline. You train your mind and body to respond predictably, to focus on what matters, and to approach challenges with energy and clarity. Once you have established a morning routine, the next step is to prioritize your goals and act with focused intention. Focus is the ability to concentrate on what truly matters, avoiding distractions that dilute your energy. In a world filled with constant notifications, endless tasks, and competing demands, the ability to focus has become one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Without focus, your efforts may be scattered, your energy wasted, and your progress slowed. Self-discipline ensures that you follow through on your priorities, even when motivation is low or obstacles arise. Together, self-discipline and focus allow you to channel your mental and physical energy efficiently, producing results that matter and building momentum toward your long-term objectives. The first step in prioritizing your goals is to define them clearly. Clear goals provide direction, motivation, and a framework for action. Using the SMART criteria, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, ensures that your goals are actionable and attainable. Breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks makes them less overwhelming and more achievable. Once your goals are defined, you must identify which tasks have the highest impact. Not all actions are equal. Some produce significantly greater results than others. Applying the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle, can help you focus on the critical tasks that drive the most meaningful outcomes. Planning your day around these priorities ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. Allocate dedicated blocks of time for high-priority tasks, avoiding multitasking, which reduces efficiency and impairs cognitive performance. Eliminating distractions is an essential part of maintaining focus. Turn off notifications, silence apps that interrupt your attention, and create a workspace conducive to deep work. Training your mind to resist the pull of low-value activities strengthens self-discipline and reinforces the habit of focused action. Deep work, a concept popularized by productivity expert Cal Newport, involves engaging in uninterrupted, cognitively demanding work. By immersing yourself fully in challenging tasks, you enhance concentration, creativity, and problem-solving capabilities. Starting with shorter intervals such as 25-50 minutes allows you to build the mental stamina required for longer periods of deep work. Over time, your ability to sustain attention increases, and tasks that once seemed overwhelming become manageable and even enjoyable. Daily reflection is another critical practice for enhancing focus and discipline. At the end of each day, Review your accomplishments, identify areas for improvement, and adjust your priorities based on what was effective. This reflection reinforces learning, strengthens self-awareness, and ensures continuous improvement. Practical exercises can help strengthen your focus. Techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you work in focused intervals with short breaks, train your mind to sustain attention. Mindfulness practices, including meditation and conscious breathing, enhance cognitive control and reduce susceptibility to distraction. Task batching, or grouping similar tasks together, minimizes cognitive switching costs and allows for more efficient completion of work. Visualization of success also reinforces your commitment to your goals. By mentally rehearsing the completion of tasks, you create a sense of certainty and preparedness, which enhances your motivation and performance. Consistently applying these practices ensures that your self-discipline and focus are not dependent on fleeting motivation, but become ingrained habits that guide your actions reliably. The integration of a powerful morning routine with focused goal execution creates a compounding effect. Your mornings provide the energy, clarity, and intentionality to approach the day effectively. Your focus ensures that this energy is directed toward high-impact activities that align with your goals. Together, these habits establish a framework for consistent progress, personal growth, and achievement. People who master self-discipline and focus experience a sense of control over their time and energy, increased productivity, reduced stress, and greater fulfillment. They develop resilience against distractions, procrastination, and setbacks. They gain confidence in their ability to act with purpose and achieve meaningful results. These habits are not innate traits but skills that anyone can cultivate through deliberate, consistent practice. Each day presents an opportunity to strengthen these habits, to refine your routines, and to deepen your focus. Over time, the results become more pronounced, and the compound effects of disciplined action and concentrated effort transform your life in ways that are both visible and profound. Consistency is essential. Practicing self-discipline and focus requires commitment, patience, and intentionality. It is not about perfection or rigid adherence to routines, but about steadily training your mind and behavior to respond to priorities with precision and energy. Even small, repeated actions create significant change over time. By creating a structured morning routine and prioritizing your goals with focused action, you establish the mental and behavioral architecture necessary for sustained personal growth. These habits ensure that your intentions are translated into results, that your efforts align with your goals, and that your potential is fully realized. As you continue to practice these habits, you will notice a shift in the way you approach each day. You will become more intentional, more efficient, and more confident in your ability to manage your time and energy. Challenges that once felt overwhelming will appear as opportunities for growth. Distractions will have less power over your mind, and procrastination will be replaced by consistent, purposeful action. Self-discipline and focus are the engines that drive the transformation initiated by gratitude and a growth mindset. By integrating these habits into your daily life, you create a life of intention, productivity, and meaningful progress. You become a person who not only thinks positively and believes in growth, but also acts consistently and effectively, turning vision into reality and goals into achievements. Your journey toward a transformed mindset continues here. Commit to developing these habits today. Craft a morning routine that energizes and focuses you. Prioritize your goals and act with undivided attention. As you practice, refine, and reinforce these habits, you will notice the compounding effects on your productivity, clarity, and personal growth. These practices are the cornerstone of self-mastery, the bridge between thought and action, and the pathway to achieving the life you desire and deserve. With consistency, patience, and intention, you will find that self-discipline and focus become second nature, guiding your actions, decisions, and results toward success and fulfillment in every area of life. As you continue on your journey toward transforming your mindset, having mastered gratitude, a growth mindset, self-discipline, and focus, it is now time to delve into an area that is often overlooked but is critically important: emotional mastery. Emotional mastery is the ability to understand, manage, and respond to your emotions in ways that empower rather than limit you. It is the ability to remain composed and deliberate even in the face of stress, challenges, or conflict. While mindset and discipline guide your actions, emotional mastery ensures that your actions are grounded, balanced, and effective. Without control over your emotions, even the most disciplined and focused person can be derailed by stress, frustration, or negativity. Emotions are powerful forces. They shape your thoughts, influence your behavior, and affect your relationships. Learning to master them is not about suppressing or denying your feelings, but rather understanding them, accepting them, and using them as tools to propel you toward your goals. Two key habits form the foundation of emotional mastery: practicing emotional intelligence and letting go of negativity. These habits, when cultivated consistently, enhance resilience, improve decision-making, and strengthen relationships, ultimately allowing you to navigate life with clarity, confidence, and calm. Emotional intelligence is the first habit in building emotional mastery. Emotional intelligence is the capacity to recognize your own emotions, understand the emotions of others, and use this awareness to guide your thoughts and actions effectively. People with high emotional intelligence are better equipped to manage stress, resolve conflicts, and maintain strong relationships. The ability to perceive emotions accurately allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you cultivate emotional intelligence, you develop a deeper understanding of yourself. You begin to notice patterns in your feelings, recognize triggers that elicit stress or frustration, and identify situations that bring you joy or satisfaction. This self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional control because it gives you the knowledge necessary to respond consciously rather than react unconsciously. Emotional intelligence also extends to empathy, the ability to understand and relate to the emotions of others. This skill strengthens relationships, fosters cooperation, and enables you to communicate more effectively. By observing the emotions and reactions of those around you, you can adapt your behavior in ways that support positive outcomes and minimize conflict. Developing emotional intelligence involves deliberate practice. Start by paying attention to your emotional responses throughout the day. Observe how different situations affect your mood, energy, and focus. When a negative emotion arises, ask yourself why you are feeling this way and what underlying need or expectation might be unfulfilled. Reflecting on these questions allows you to understand your emotional landscape and gain insight into your motivations, fears, and desires. This self-reflection is key because it prevents your emotions from controlling your actions. When you are aware of your emotional state, you can pause before responding, choose a constructive reaction, and maintain alignment with your long-term goals. Emotional intelligence also requires empathy and awareness of the emotions of others. Practice active listening, observe body language, and pay attention to tone and context. Respond to others with understanding and consideration rather than judgment or defensiveness. Over time, this strengthens both your personal and professional relationships, creating a supportive environment that fosters growth and collaboration. Alongside emotional intelligence, the practice of letting go of negativity is essential for emotional mastery. Negativity can take many forms: limiting beliefs, self-doubt, resentment, fear, or anger. Holding on to negative emotions drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and undermines your capacity for success. Letting go of negativity does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending that difficult emotions do not exist. Instead, it involves acknowledging these emotions, understanding their source, and consciously releasing their hold over your mind and actions. When you release negativity, you create mental space for positivity, clarity, and creativity. Your focus shifts from what is wrong or lacking to what is possible and achievable. This shift has a profound effect on your overall well-being and your ability to perform at your best. One effective method for releasing negativity is reframing. Reframing involves changing the way you interpret a situation. For example, instead of seeing a setback as a failure, view it as a lesson or an opportunity to grow. This simple shift in perspective transforms a potentially discouraging experience into a source of motivation and insight. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for letting go of negativity. By observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you gain distance from them, reducing their emotional impact. Meditation, deep breathing, and journaling are practical ways to cultivate mindfulness and release the grip of negative thoughts. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is also critical. Holding on to grudges or self-blame keeps you tethered to past pain. Choosing to forgive frees you emotionally, allowing you to move forward with clarity and peace. Gratitude, which you cultivated in the first section, complements this practice. When you focus on what you are grateful for, it becomes easier to release resentment, envy, or fear, as your attention is directed toward abundance rather than deficiency. Integrating emotional intelligence and the release of negativity into your daily life requires consistency and self-reflection. Begin each day by checking in with your emotions. Acknowledge how you feel and identify any negative thoughts or patterns that may be present. Throughout the day, pause before responding to challenging situations, taking a moment to assess your emotional state and choose a response that aligns with your goals and values. Journaling can be a particularly effective practice for emotional mastery. Writing down your emotions, reactions, and reflections allows you to process them consciously and gain insight into recurring patterns. Review these entries periodically to track your progress and identify areas for growth. Emotional mastery is also about building resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. By cultivating emotional intelligence and releasing negativity, you strengthen your ability to navigate stress, adapt to change, and maintain focus on what truly matters. This resilience is not a passive state, but an active skill developed through deliberate practice and conscious attention. The long-term impact of emotional mastery cannot be overstated. People who have developed this skill experience greater mental clarity, enhanced relationships, and improved decision-making. They are less likely to be overwhelmed by stress or impulsive reactions, and they can maintain focus on their priorities, even in difficult circumstances. Emotional mastery creates a sense of inner peace and stability, allowing you to approach life with confidence and intentionality. When you integrate gratitude, a growth mindset, self-discipline, focus, emotional intelligence, and the release of negativity, you create a mental ecosystem that supports success in every area of life. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions become aligned, reinforcing one another and producing a compounding effect that accelerates personal growth and achievement. Developing emotional mastery also enhances your ability to influence and inspire others. Leaders, mentors, and role models who exhibit emotional intelligence and composure naturally attract respect, trust, and cooperation. By modeling emotional mastery in your interactions, you create an environment in which others feel understood, supported, and motivated to perform at their best. This creates a ripple effect, where your personal growth positively impacts the people around you, reinforcing a cycle of constructive energy and achievement. Cultivating emotional mastery requires patience and persistence. It is not a skill that develops overnight, but through consistent awareness, reflection, and practice. Each day presents opportunities to observe your emotional responses, assess their alignment with your goals, and make conscious choices that strengthen your resilience, empathy, and composure. Over time, these practices become second nature, guiding your behavior, decisions, and interactions effortlessly. As you continue to practice these habits, you will notice a profound shift in your life. Your mind will be calmer, your responses more deliberate, and your relationships more harmonious. Stress and negativity will have less power over your actions, and your capacity to navigate challenges with grace and effectiveness will increase. Emotional mastery enhances every other habit you have cultivated. Gratitude feels deeper. A growth mindset is reinforced, self-discipline becomes easier to maintain, and focus is sharper because your mental energy is no longer drained by unprocessed emotions or lingering negativity. The combination of emotional intelligence and the conscious release of negativity equips you to approach life with balance, clarity, and purpose. It allows you to respond rather than react, to act with intention rather than impulse, and to create outcomes that are aligned with your values and goals. By committing to these practices, you are taking responsibility for your emotional life, and by extension, your personal growth and success. Emotional mastery is not about perfection, it is about progress, awareness, and deliberate action. Each time you pause before reacting, reframe a negative thought, or empathize with another person, you strengthen your emotional intelligence and reinforce your ability to let go of negativity. These small, consistent actions compound over time, creating a profound transformation in how you experience and navigate life. As your emotional mastery deepens, you will find that challenges become opportunities, stress becomes manageable, and your capacity for meaningful achievement expands. Your mind becomes a source of clarity, focus, and resilience, capable of sustaining disciplined action, embracing growth, and maintaining positivity even in difficult circumstances. The journey to emotional mastery is continuous, and it requires conscious effort, reflection, and the integration of these practices into your daily life. Each day is an opportunity to observe, understand, and manage your emotions, to release what no longer serves you, and to reinforce habits that support your long-term goals. Over time, the habits of emotional intelligence and letting go of negativity become ingrained, guiding your responses, decisions, and interactions with ease and confidence. As you continue this practice, you will notice a transformation not only in yourself, but also in your relationships, your work, and your overall experience of life. You will navigate challenges with calm and clarity, maintain focus under pressure, and approach each day with intentionality and purpose. Emotional mastery, when combined with gratitude, a growth mindset, self-discipline, and focus, creates a complete framework for mental and emotional excellence. This framework empowers you to live a life of fulfillment, achievement, and resilience, where your actions, thoughts, and emotions are aligned and mutually reinforcing. By committing to the development of emotional mastery today, you are investing in a skill that will continue to pay dividends throughout your life. Every challenge, setback, and interaction becomes an opportunity to practice, refine, and strengthen your emotional intelligence and your ability to release negativity. This consistent practice builds a foundation of inner strength, resilience, and composure, allowing you to navigate life with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Emotional mastery is not a destination but a journey, one that enhances every aspect of your life and supports the continued growth of all the other habits you are cultivating. As you continue to develop these skills, you will notice your life becoming more balanced, intentional, and fulfilling. You will experience a deeper sense of peace, stronger relationships, greater focus, and more effective action toward your goals. The power of emotional mastery is profound, and by integrating it into your daily life, you create the mental and emotional conditions necessary for sustained success and personal transformation. As you progress further on this journey of transforming your mindset, you have already established a strong foundation through gratitude, a growth mindset, self-discipline, focus, and emotional mastery. These elements have prepared your mind and heart to handle challenges, maintain clarity, and act with intention. Now it is time to focus on habits that build on this foundation, consistency and growth. These habits are crucial because they take all the practices you have learned so far and transform them into sustained progress. Consistency is the bridge between intention and achievement. Without it, even the most motivated person can struggle to see results. Growth, on the other hand, is the natural outcome of disciplined effort, reflection, and continuous learning. When combined, these habits ensure that your mindset not only remains strong, but also evolves and expands over time. Habits 7 and 8 focus on reading and learning daily and developing self-discipline through small, consistent actions. By cultivating these habits, you lay the groundwork for long-term success, resilience, and personal transformation. Reading and learning daily is the first habit in this section. Knowledge is the foundation of growth. Every skill you acquire, every insight you gain, and every lesson you internalize adds to your capacity to think critically, act decisively, and navigate the complexities of life. Reading is one of the most effective ways to continuously feed your mind, challenge your assumptions, and expand your perspective. It does not matter whether you are reading books, articles, or research papers. The key is consistent exposure to new ideas that broaden your understanding and stimulate your thinking. Daily learning is not just about acquiring information, it is about creating mental pathways that strengthen your cognitive abilities. Each day that you invest in learning, you train your brain to recognize patterns, solve problems, and adapt to new circumstances. This mental flexibility is essential for success in a rapidly changing world where new challenges and opportunities arise constantly. To cultivate a habit of reading and learning, you must first prioritize it. Set aside dedicated time each day, even if it is only 20 to 30 minutes. Early mornings, before the demands of the day take over, are often ideal. Create an environment conducive to focus, free from distractions, where you can immerse yourself in your chosen material. The goal is not to read quickly or superficially, but to absorb and reflect on the content. Take notes, highlight key insights, and consider how the information applies to your own life or work. Reading widely is also important. Explore a variety of subjects: personal development, history, science, philosophy, psychology, and biographies of people you admire. Each area of knowledge contributes to a richer understanding of the world and enhances your ability to make informed decisions. Learning does not end with reading. Reflecting on what you have learned and applying it in real life is what turns information into wisdom. After each reading session, ask yourself what actionable insights you can implement immediately. How does this knowledge improve your skills, your mindset, or your relationships? The combination of consistent reading, reflection, and application ensures that learning becomes an active, transformative process rather than a passive accumulation of facts. Developing this habit daily also reinforces discipline. You train your mind to dedicate time to growth regardless of external circumstances, distractions, or fluctuating motivation. Over time, this habitual learning becomes part of your identity, shaping the way you think, act, and approach challenges. The second habit in this section focuses on developing self-discipline through small, consistent actions. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns potential into achievement. Small actions, repeated over time, compound to create significant results. It is easy to be motivated in bursts, inspired by an idea or goal, but motivation alone is unreliable. Self-discipline ensures that you act consistently, whether you feel motivated or not. This habit is about creating routines, committing to tasks, and following through with persistence. It is about showing up every day, taking deliberate steps toward your goals, and trusting the process of incremental improvement. To develop consistency, start by identifying key areas of your life where small, repeated actions can produce meaningful results. This could be exercise, learning, professional development, personal relationships, or creative pursuits. Break down larger goals into manageable steps and commit to performing these actions daily. Focus on the process rather than the immediate outcome. The process itself builds skill, resilience, and momentum. For example, committing to writing 500 words a day may not immediately result in a finished book, but over weeks and months, the accumulation of consistent effort will lead to significant progress. Similarly, practicing a musical instrument, studying a language, or engaging in physical training consistently will yield measurable improvements over time. Consistency also requires accountability. Track your progress, set reminders, and create systems that reinforce your commitment. Surround yourself with people who support your efforts and encourage steady action. Avoid comparing yourself to others, as consistency is a personal journey. Focus on your growth and your incremental improvements. Over time, the habit of consistency strengthens self-discipline, allowing you to maintain focus and effort even when challenges arise or motivation dips. This habit is particularly powerful because it creates a compounding effect. Each small, consistent action builds upon the previous ones, creating momentum that accelerates growth and achievement. The results of consistent effort are often invisible in the short term, but become undeniable over weeks, months, and years. Integrating daily learning with consistent action creates a powerful synergy. When you combine the knowledge and insights gained through reading with the discipline to apply them consistently, you accelerate your personal growth. Knowledge without action remains theoretical. Action without knowledge can be inefficient or misdirected. Together, they form a cycle of continuous improvement. You read and learn, apply what you learn through consistent action, observe the results, adjust your approach, and continue learning. This cycle ensures that your growth is deliberate, informed, and sustainable. Developing these habits also enhances resilience and adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. Daily learning equips you with tools, strategies, and perspectives to navigate difficulties, while consistency ensures that you continue taking constructive steps regardless of circumstances. Emotional mastery, self-discipline, focus, and now consistency and growth all work together to create a mindset capable of thriving under pressure, adapting to change, and capitalizing on opportunities. Over time, this combination produces remarkable outcomes. Your skills, knowledge, and capabilities expand steadily. You build a reputation for reliability and competence. Your confidence grows as you witness the tangible results of your disciplined efforts. Your mindset evolves from reactive and inconsistent to proactive, strategic, and growth-oriented. Practical strategies to reinforce these habits include setting specific, measurable goals for learning and action, creating structured routines, tracking progress, and rewarding consistency. Reflection is also critical. At the end of each week, review what you have learned, assess the consistency of your actions, and adjust your approach as needed. Celebrate progress, however small, as this reinforces the habit and builds motivation. Maintaining flexibility is equally important, while consistency is key. Being rigid or perfectionistic can lead to frustration or burnout. Adapt your routines as needed, remain committed to progress, and focus on maintaining momentum rather than achieving perfection. As you cultivate reading, learning, and consistent action, you also strengthen your identity as someone committed to growth. Habits are not just behaviors, they shape your self-perception. By consistently engaging in learning and disciplined action, you begin to see yourself as a capable, knowledgeable, and resilient person. This self-perception further reinforces your habits, creating a positive feedback loop that accelerates growth. It is also important to integrate reflection and application into your routine. Learning and consistent action are most effective when paired with thoughtful evaluation. Consider what strategies worked, what could be improved, and how new knowledge can be applied to achieve better results. This iterative approach ensures that your growth is intentional and aligned with your long-term goals. Over time, the compounding effects of these habits become evident. Knowledge accumulates, skills improve, and your ability to act consistently strengthens. Challenges that once seemed daunting become manageable, and opportunities that were previously overlooked become visible. The integration of daily learning and consistent action creates a life of continuous growth, progress, and fulfillment. You develop the mindset of a lifelong learner, the discipline of someone who takes deliberate steps daily, and the resilience to navigate any challenge with confidence and clarity. These habits also enhance every other aspect of your life. Emotional mastery becomes easier to maintain when your mind is engaged in purposeful learning and disciplined action. Focus and self-discipline are reinforced as your routines become structured and habitual. Gratitude and growth mindset are amplified because each day offers tangible evidence of your progress and capacity to improve. The journey of cultivating consistency and growth is continuous. There will be days when motivation wanes, distractions arise, or progress feels slow. On these days, the habits you have built, gratitude, growth mindset, self-discipline, focus, emotional mastery, serve as your anchor. Returning to these habits ensures that you remain on track, even when circumstances are challenging. Over time, the combination of daily learning and consistent action creates a compounding effect, where your skills, knowledge, and personal growth accelerate beyond what you initially thought possible. You become a person who not only acts with intention, but also grows with purpose, building momentum toward increasingly ambitious goals. By committing to the development of these habits today, you are investing in a system that ensures long-term growth, resilience, and fulfillment. Each day is an opportunity to engage your mind, apply what you have learned, and take deliberate, consistent action. This combination transforms potential into achievement and ideas into reality. Over months and years, the results of your consistent efforts become undeniable, producing a life of mastery, competence, and personal satisfaction. You will notice that challenges are approached with confidence, setbacks are seen as learning opportunities, and progress becomes a natural and rewarding part of your daily experience. Consistency and growth are not just habits, they are a lifestyle, a way of living deliberately, learning continuously, and taking daily action toward your highest aspirations. By integrating these practices into your life, you create a mental and behavioral ecosystem that supports sustained personal development, effective action, and meaningful achievement. You become someone who is always learning, always improving, and always moving forward, no matter the circumstances. The combination of consistent effort, continuous learning, and disciplined application ensures that your growth is exponential, your mindset is resilient, and your life is aligned with your purpose and goals. As we reach the final section of this journey toward transforming your mindset, it is time to focus on two of the most powerful and defining habits: cultivating a mindset for success and creating a life of fulfillment. All the habits you have learned so far, gratitude, growth mindset, self-discipline, focus, emotional mastery, daily learning, and consistency, serve as the foundation for these final practices. Habits 9 and 10 are the culmination of everything you have built. They are the mental frameworks that determine how you approach life, how you perceive challenges and opportunities, and how you define what it means to truly succeed. Success and fulfillment are not accidental. They are the result of deliberate choices, consistent effort, and the cultivation of the right mental attitude. By mastering these final habits, you ensure that all your previous efforts are directed toward creating a meaningful, impactful, and rewarding life. A mindset for success begins with clarity. Before you can achieve anything meaningful, you must be clear about what success means to you. Success is not merely about wealth, recognition, or status. It is about aligning your actions, goals, and values in a way that creates personal satisfaction and progress. Take the time to define your vision. Visualize the life you want to lead, the person you want to become, and the contributions you want to make. This clarity will guide your decisions, shape your priorities, and provide motivation when challenges arise. A mindset for success is proactive rather than reactive. It involves anticipating obstacles, preparing for them, and maintaining focus on your long-term objectives. People with this mindset approach life strategically. They understand that setbacks are inevitable, but not permanent, that failure is not final, but a lesson, and that progress is a series of small, deliberate steps rather than sudden leaps. To cultivate this mindset, begin by examining your beliefs about success. Identify any limiting thoughts that may hold you back, such as, "I'm not capable," or "I don't have the resources." Challenge these beliefs and replace them with empowering statements that reinforce your potential, resilience, and capacity for growth. The way you speak to yourself internally shapes your actions and outcomes. Affirmations and positive self-talk are tools that strengthen your belief in your abilities. By consistently reinforcing empowering thoughts, you create the mental conditions necessary for sustained effort, focus, and achievement. Another critical element of a success-oriented mindset is the willingness to embrace risk and uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and opportunities often come with challenges or unknown outcomes. People who succeed are not those who avoid risk entirely, but those who manage it intelligently. They evaluate potential outcomes, prepare for obstacles, and act decisively despite uncertainty. This courage and decisiveness are hallmarks of a mindset for success. A key component of this habit is the habit of visualization. Successful individuals frequently engage in mental rehearsal, imagining themselves completing tasks, achieving goals, and overcoming obstacles. This process strengthens neural pathways associated with performance and achievement, creating a sense of familiarity and confidence when real-life challenges arise. Visualization is most effective when combined with emotion. Feel the satisfaction, pride, and joy of success as you visualize your desired outcomes. This emotional engagement enhances motivation, reinforces belief, and aligns your subconscious mind with your goals. Alongside visualization, goal setting is essential. Break down long-term aspirations into actionable steps with measurable milestones that allow you to track progress. This structured approach prevents overwhelm, provides a sense of direction, and ensures that every day contributes meaningfully toward your larger vision. Success is a process, not a moment, and the consistent alignment of your actions with your goals is what ultimately determines your outcomes. The second habit, creating a life of fulfillment, focuses on ensuring that your achievements are meaningful and aligned with your values. Fulfillment is different from success. Success may be measured by external metrics, wealth, recognition, or accomplishments, while fulfillment is internal. It is a sense of satisfaction, purpose, and alignment that arises when your life reflects your deepest values, passions, and contributions. Cultivating fulfillment requires self-awareness. You must understand what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, and how you want to impact the world. This awareness allows you to make intentional choices, invest your time wisely, and prioritize what brings lasting value rather than temporary gratification. Fulfillment also arises from contribution, helping others, sharing knowledge, providing support, and making a positive difference in the lives of those around you creates a deep sense of meaning. By connecting your actions to something larger than yourself, you cultivate a life that is rewarding not only for you, but also for the people and communities you touch. Another critical aspect of fulfillment is balance. While pursuing goals and success, it is important to maintain harmony across different areas of life: health, relationships, personal growth, recreation, and spirituality. Neglecting any one aspect can lead to stress, dissatisfaction, or burnout. A mindset focused on fulfillment recognizes the interdependence of these areas and invests in each intentionally. Gratitude, which you have cultivated from the very first habit, amplifies fulfillment. Appreciating what you have, the experiences you enjoy, and the people in your life strengthens your sense of contentment. It allows you to celebrate progress, enjoy accomplishments, and approach each day with a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. Emotional mastery also enhances fulfillment, as it enables you to navigate challenges, maintain perspective, and respond constructively to setbacks. Developing a mindset for success and fulfillment also requires resilience. Life will inevitably present challenges, failures, and disappointments. Your ability to maintain focus, adapt, and persevere will determine the degree to which your goals and aspirations are realized. Resilience is strengthened through experience, reflection, and conscious practice. Each time you encounter adversity and respond with composure, insight, and persistence, you reinforce your capacity to handle future challenges. This cycle of action, reflection, and growth is central to creating a mindset that not only achieves success but sustains fulfillment. Another important practice is the habit of continuous self-improvement. People who embody a mindset for success and fulfillment understand that growth never ends. They seek feedback, embrace learning, and continually refine their skills, habits, and perspectives. This commitment to personal evolution ensures that their achievements remain meaningful, relevant, and aligned with their evolving values. A practical way to integrate these habits into daily life is through intentional routines and reflection. Each day, set aside time to clarify your priorities, visualize success, and engage in actions that align with your goals and values. Reflect on your accomplishments, lessons learned, and areas for improvement. Ask yourself whether your actions today contributed to both success and fulfillment, and make adjustments as necessary. Consistency in this practice ensures that your mindset remains focused, adaptive, and aligned over time. Engaging in meaningful rituals can also reinforce these habits. Journaling your achievements and reflections, expressing gratitude for progress and experiences, and meditating on your vision are all powerful ways to embed a mindset for success and fulfillment into your daily life. These rituals serve as anchors, keeping your attention focused on what matters and reinforcing the habits that support your long-term objectives. It is also essential to cultivate a mindset of positivity and optimism. A positive outlook does not mean ignoring challenges or difficulties. It means approaching them with a belief in your capacity to overcome them and a focus on solutions rather than problems. Optimism fuels persistence, enhances resilience, and attracts opportunities, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of progress and achievement. By combining optimism with intentional action, emotional mastery, and consistent effort, you build the mental architecture necessary for sustained success and fulfillment. Relationships and community are integral to fulfillment as well. The support, collaboration, and connection you cultivate with others enhance your experience of life and contribute to a sense of purpose. Investing in meaningful relationships, providing mentorship or guidance, and participating in communities aligned with your values deepens fulfillment and creates a network that amplifies your growth. As you integrate these final habits into your life, you will notice a profound transformation. Your actions will become more deliberate, your decisions more aligned with your values, and your experience of life more rewarding. Challenges will be approached with confidence, setbacks will be reframed as lessons, and each day will contribute meaningfully to your vision of success and fulfillment. By combining all 10 habits, from gratitude and growth mindset to emotional mastery, consistency, learning, and intentional action, you create a comprehensive framework for personal transformation. This framework equips you to navigate life with clarity, resilience, purpose, and joy. The combination of these habits is the realization that success and fulfillment are not destinations to be reached but states of being to be cultivated. Every thought, decision, and action contributes to your experience of these states. A mindset for success ensures that your goals are achieved efficiently and effectively. A mindset for fulfillment ensures that your achievements are meaningful, enriching, and aligned with your deepest values. Together, these mindsets guide your life toward continuous growth, lasting satisfaction, and purposeful achievement. By committing to these practices today, you ensure that your efforts in building discipline, focus, emotional mastery, consistency, and learning are directed toward outcomes that matter most. You cultivate a life that is intentional, purposeful, and rewarding. Each day becomes an opportunity to align your actions with your vision, learn from experiences, refine your approach, and make progress toward a life of success and fulfillment. The combination of a success-oriented mindset and a fulfillment-focused perspective creates a mental ecosystem where your potential is realized, your goals are achieved, and your life is experienced fully, richly, and meaningfully. As you continue to practice these habits, you will notice that your thinking becomes sharper, your decisions more strategic, and your actions more aligned with your aspirations. Challenges will no longer feel like obstacles, but opportunities to demonstrate resilience, creativity, and adaptability. Your relationships will deepen, your satisfaction will increase, and your capacity to contribute meaningfully to the world around you will expand. Success and fulfillment become intertwined, each reinforcing the other, creating a life that is not only accomplished but also rich in purpose, joy, and impact. In the end, cultivating a mindset for success and fulfillment is about embracing the totality of your personal development journey. It is about integrating all the lessons, habits, and practices you have learned into a cohesive approach to life. It is about acting intentionally, reflecting regularly, and striving continuously for growth, understanding, and alignment. By committing to these habits, you create the conditions for a life that is not only productive and accomplished, but also deeply satisfying, meaningful, and fulfilling. Your journey toward transforming your mindset reaches its pinnacle here, where every habit, every practice, and every action aligns with the ultimate goal, living a life of success, purpose, and fulfillment.